Hey friends and family, thanks for watching my February update video, month 2 of my 2020 Music and Missions program. For the first half of this year, I'm going to be doing this music program up here in Montana. We're being equipped to take the gospel to the nations using music, and we're preparing with 20 songs right now. We have a couple weeks left until outreach, and we're doing 10 worship songs and 10 secular pop songs as a group. And we're gonna have those in our back pocket in case we need to use them for outreach. So super exciting stuff. I get to sing, what was that song called? Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. It's like the best love song ever, so I'm so stoked about that. Let's see, what else we got going on? We're trying to figure out where we're exactly going on outreach. So Thailand was the plan, but there's this little thing called coronavirus floating around, and it's becoming kind of a more pandemic-like thing. So we're looking at Egypt and Mexico as alternatives, and so be praying about that for us to have wisdom and to make connections with wherever we end up. So what is missions without change, right? Without relying on the Lord for some things. So it's just exciting though, because even though things don't work out the way you plan for them to, it always ends up being better. You see God moving in the closed doors. That sounded super cliche, but it's true. So we're doing that. Let's see what else. I have a recital coming up next Friday with an original song that I wrote, and I'm actually going to share that with you at the end of this video. So stick through to the end, and then I'll share this song that I wrote. Also, we're learning a lot about discipline. There's a book that we've been reading called The Celebration of Discipline. I would recommend it to every single person watching this video and every Christian that you know. It's basically a book about how to use discipline as a tool, not as an end of itself, but as a tool to get to know Jesus more, to love him more, to enjoy him more, and then to have that spill out on other people. So things like prayer and fasting are obviously in there, but even things you might not think of, like the discipline of celebration. Oh, speaking of celebration, Kansas City Chiefs, I'm wearing the championship shirt. We did it. So yeah, I was watching that game with you guys. Of course I was. But yeah, discipline of celebration, discipline of service, discipline of submission, discipline of simplicity, keeping your life simple from many worries, things like that. It's an amazing book, and it's really been changing the way I look at things. So check it out. So we've been doing stuff like that. We've been learning about the impact of art on culture and how every single person is an aesthetic being. We love art. We love to enjoy art. We love to make art. Some people just don't realize it because we've been raised in this secular age of reason and everything's so intellectually focused that we sometimes lose focus with how artistic we actually are. And some of the best times in life are the times when we're organizing something to make it beautiful, or setting up a place to live to make it, aesthetically pleasing, or creating a painting or writing a song or whatever your bent is. That is something that God has put inside of you to use, and don't neglect it. We spend a lot of time in our lives doing different things, and sometimes we think that we need to be productive, but sometimes productive means doing something that touches your soul and it can impact other people's souls. The Negro spirituals of the Civil War era, it was music, but it was music that gave people hope. It gave people a mantra to hold on to. It was something that was not just created for the heck of it, but it was created because they needed that music. And it became a movement that shaped their culture, resulted in even jazz being born out of that. And now jazz became like the quintessential American genre. So the people who were most despised and treated as less than human were the ones who came up with this genre that only America had. And so it's a beautiful picture of music shaping culture. And obviously we can share the gospel with the beauty of God. People try to debate theology. People try to convince unbelievers with words. But I think sometimes what people really want to see is a church that enjoys God's beauty. Because everyone has some sense of beauty. So we can attract people to Christianity by showing them that the God that we worship is beautiful and he creates beautiful things. So all that to say, just make art a priority in your life. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say because we just don't see it that way, but it will restore joy to you, even if you're feeling a little bit dry. I think that creating something, or even just writing, journaling or something like that, can break open gladness in your life. So let that be an encouragement to you. And now I want to share a song that I've been working on with you. This is a song about people's perceptions. So having a wrong idea about someone affects our relationship with them in a negative way. It causes brokenness when we think of someone in the wrong light. And so this song is all about that. It has 3 different stories and 3 different verses about how we can be affected by this. So I hope you enjoy this song. It's called Phantoms.
Year 1891. Dad threw his drink bottle as he walked past the freedman. Turned, said, "Listen here, boy, you can't trust this breed of man. He'd steal your wife. Your possessions don't mess with him, or he may take your own life." Little hero clutches his knife, but the man who's free isn't who Dad thinks. This phantom he constructed is leaving his soul rusted. Could you try to see from 1,000 feet? Or will you keep on pushing out healing that can come about? London at night, Rebekah strains out the screen for far too long, sifting the data to find her dada who left when she was young. She locks the door so Mom doesn't catch what she's doing, 'cause Becky ignores the family photo on the wall showing skin bruises. The man she seeks isn't who she thinks. This phantom she constructed is leaving her soul rusted. Could you try to see from 1,000 feet? Or will you keep on pushing out healing that can come about? Hiding in the brush, have to stay hushed. I failed and I'm sure he's a harsh God. Now I'm on my own, no home, and it's all his fault. He despises me. Guess that's perfect because I despise him too. Little did I know, he sits by the phone and never tore down my room. The God I flee isn't who I think. This phantom I constructed is leaving my soul rusted. Could I try to see from 1,000 feet? Or will I keep on pushing out healing that can come about?